FMF podcast.
Going on.
We got the fellas. We got a special guest for y'all today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my man.
It's James Alexander. I'm with Alexander Protection Services. I got my own company just to be able to be my own boss, be an entrepreneur, do my own thing, so which can't nobody fire me.
That's the main one right there. I like that.
What did you say earlier? Can't nobody fire me, and only
I can fire myself.
Fire myself. But then he said
because
something.
being your own boss, the only thing that decredits you is how hard you work. The harder I work, the more I'm getting promoted.
That's what he said. Yeah, that's what it was. The harder you work, the more you get promoted. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Exactly. I like that.
Check out our episode, Does Hard Work Pay Off?
It definitely does.
They told you. Let's go.
So we have a great subject, great discussion that we're about to deliver to you guys, because my man right here is specialized, like he's an expertise in weapon safety.
Yes.
And his business is security. So let's go ahead and jump into it. There's a lot of people who are miseducated and uneducated in the topic of weapon safety. And it causes paranoia, which causes way more danger. What I said in one of them, in the gangster episode, it's more dangerous to be with a pussy with a pistol than it is to be with a man with a pistol. And I'm gonna credit you, my man, because you was one of the first people who openly brought a weapon around, and I felt safe.
I appreciate it.
Anytime anybody else would come around,
Get nervous.
right? I'm like, yo, I don't know their energy
And that's why, like you said, weapon safety is a big thing, because you felt comfortable knowing that I was around and I had the weapon on me and I used it in the correct way.
Right.
So that made you feel safe. And if you didn't know that much about weapons, that would make you want to get one so you can have that same feeling.
Exactly.
Where it's on top of the ground.
Yeah, man.
What was
Exactly.
this at? You saw him with a pistol where?
We was hanging out.
Oh, just hanging out, just chilling.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
this
street
was when we was
clothes.
in high school. This is when we was in high school. Didn't your father have?
Yeah, he did police.
Okay.
So
So
how long even have? I feel like that law was new to carry on the hip ball. Is new or is
Nah, you can open carry without a concealed carry permit in the state of Virginia.
I thought it was a newer
A
thing.
person can go as long as you're of a certain age and you have nothing on your record that stops you from carrying a weapon in general. You can open carry as much as you want. Only time that you would have to have that permit for the concealed carry is for whenever you want to have it. You want it unshown from the public, unshown from police. You want to have it in the car, or instead of the police pulling you over, you have to have it on the front seat or on your dashboard unloaded. You can have it in the glove compartment. You have it in the back seat, have it in the trunk, wherever you want it at.
You gotta let them know if you pull it over.
If you have a concealed carry permit, you just have to show the permit. And it's just a piece of paper that said this person has a valid concealed carry permit to conceal a weapon. And I don't have to have it shown anywhere. You do have to watch the signs. That's another part of weapon safety. If it's a sign on the door, like if you're in a library and the sign has a firearm symbol with a red circle on it that has a line through it, that means you can't bring a weapon in.
Even if you have the paper,
Even if you have the paper, you still can't. Okay. Because legally you're not supposed to, because they have signs posted. But if they don't have signs posted, as long as you carry and conceal as your own person, you fine.
Didn't know that. I'm not good.
Real quick, and you touched on something I want us to go talk about real quick.
Yeah.
When you get pulled over and you do have a gun, what's the proper steps for somebody who and they don't have a concealed?
Just killing these guys because they're not listening.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't listen because a lot of people want to do things their way.
Yeah.
The best way to stay alive is to listen and follow directions. That's the best way to stay alive. If you listen, if somebody,
You gonna start something saying
I know.
They're doing it without us listening.
Right. But sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you gotta speak the truth in order to get the understanding. Anybody can lie, but the truth is always faster. I can lie to you 100 times, but if I tell you the truth right then and there, if you want to hear it or you don't want to hear it, I still told it to you. Then you have to deal with that. Because I told you the truth.
Yo, what's up, FMF Mob? What's good, yo? Hey, I want to thank y'all for all the subscribers that we got. We clicked over 100 subscribers, but we looking, man, we need more support. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button at the bottom. Make sure you like the videos and keep showing us support. Y'all take care.
But when it comes to getting stopped, if a cop stops you, I'm not gonna say all cops are good, but I'm not gonna say all of them bad. Because it's just like it's just like saying that all black people bad and all black people not. It's not the same. But when a cop stops you, he don't know what to expect. And it's the same way with a security guard like myself. I'm dealing with a person that's hostile. He comes to the front door. I don't know what this dude is capable of, and I don't know what's on his mind. What's his intent? My intent is to do my job to protect this building. His intent could be to do harm to everybody in here. You don't know that, but I don't know that until I find out.
Gotcha.
So if you get stopped and you have a weapon in the car, the best thing I can tell somebody to do if you don't have a concealed carry permit is to let the officer know I got it in the car. But the best weapon safety behind that is have it on the front seat, have it unloaded. That means no magazine in the weapon and no round in the chamber. That lets him know it's not a threat. It's not a threat to him.
Gotcha.
Because of the fact you don't have anything in there that can do harm to him unless you throw the gun at him, but that's not true. But it's just the fact that just have it unloaded. That's the main thing. If you have a concealed carry permit, when he asks for his driver's license registration, give him the permit too. So that then he knows what to expect. He has a weapon on him, but he's not trying to do harm because he's showing me the paper. A person that's trying to do harm is not going to show that. And that lets him know the difference in the mindset of what you are and what you're trying to do.
Gotcha. So put the weapon out, unload it.
You have it on the front seat or on the dashboard, whichever way you want to do it. But I would always have the action open, so that just means have to slide back to the rear, so they would just
see it. Not one in the chamber. Gotcha.
So you can't have one in the chamber.
No.
Even if you have the papers.
If you have the paper, you fine. If you have the paper, like the concealed carry paper, that means you don't have to show it. That just lets him know that, hey, I'm legal, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I have this paper to show that I can carry a weapon in my car wherever I want.
Right.
You don't have to show your weapon, you just show that piece of paper.
Okay. But if you don't have the conceal, you have the one.
You have an open carry, which is just in a holster on your hip showing, and you're sitting in the car. So if I'm sitting in the car and I'm open carry, then that means I'm just gonna stand up and show, but where the holster would be, where your holster would be on your hip, the weapon would be showing. So it would just be sticking up, just in there. Right. But if it's concealed, that means I got a shirt over it or a coat over it. You can't do that. Okay. So that's the only difference between that. As far as if you're in the car and you have that concealed, you don't need to show the weapon itself.
So concealed, you just show the paper.
Yep.
If you don't have the concealed, they pull over. You have to empty the drum. You can't have one in the chamber. Put it on the dashboard. Let them know you had the magazine. So they come in with the license. Like, how you doing, sir? I'm letting you know I have a
weapon in the car.
I have a weapon in the car. Just letting you know right there.
And at that point, then he'll see it. He'll see that you're trying to be a law-abiding citizen by doing it the right way, and that makes him feel safe. Because one thing about it, if he feels safe, he's not gonna do anything to you. Because he's safe. But if he feel like you pose a threat and it's information that you know you should do and you're not doing it, then now he's feeling like he should be justified to do something to you, which ain't right, but that's how they do it. Right. And that's the best way for you to be safe.
But they say that the cops just shoot the black people for no reason.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I can't.
Not all I'm good.
Not all I'm good. I can't. I'm not saying like I'm not saying like I'm a vouch for them, but I'm a vouch for us as a people, as things that we should
try to de-escalate.
Try to de-escalate that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all. I can't. I'm not gonna fight the fears of who out here killing who and all that. That's not for me.
Right. But so I got a question. I got a question.
Okay.
In today's society, as men, do you think every man should own a firearm?
If you can legally go buy one, you should legally own one. Because that's your Second Amendment right. Your Second Amendment right is to bear arms. You don't know what the world has to offer. You don't know day by day what you can leave the house but it's no promise you're gonna make it back home.
Right.
So if you can legally own a weapon, get one. Just because of the fact you never know when you're gonna have to use that to defend your life or somebody else's.
Yeah.
So
I would definitely do it if you could do it.
one of our core principles as men is protecting.
Definitely.
So you're saying it's better to have one and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Definitely. Without a doubt.
So as men, y'all hear it, as men in today's society, everyone who could legally obtain one should.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you to just run out there. But at the same time, I would, if you could legally own one and you know that you can physically get one, like you go to the gun store and buy one, not just the fact of just carrying it for yourself if you not need it, but you have it, I would also get that concealed weapon permit. Because at that point, it lets you not be looked at as somebody suspicious or somebody committing a crime. Because if I got a concealed weapon permit, you can't see my gun anyway. And I can still be protective of who I'm with and who I'm around without you posing me as a threat for no current reason just because I'm black and I got a gun.
Yeah.
So having that concealed carry permit helps out.
All right, so 2 things, if you don't mind, if you could walk us through the process to be able to obtain a gun legally. We want to stress legally, and then 2, how the process on how to obtain the concealed permit.
All right, they changed that because of COVID.
Yeah. So at first first purchasing the weapon, you can go to a gun store and get a weapon. Yeah, well, Walmart stopped it. They no longer does handguns at all. They only do shotguns. And shotgun, shotgun.
I don't know.
Shotgun and rifle is 18 years old, and then handgun is 21. So that's the age to go and buy it. But if you go to like a gun store to get one, you got to do a background check, like any other place would do, and you got to fill out some paperwork that states that you're the person buying the gun for yourself.
That's what they talk about, registered gun.
Yes, but in reality, the word registered gun is not even registered because on that same note, you could carry a friend's weapon and they don't even know who it's registered to until they look it up. It doesn't have a register, just you.
Okay.
As long as it's still a legally obtained firearm, it's not stolen, it's not used in a crime or anything like that, you can still own it and carry it.
Gotcha, okay.
But after you finish the background check, that's when they'll tell you, hey, you approved such and such, and then you go buy your weapon.
Gotcha, okay. And then how about the concealed part?
So the concealed part used to be that you could take it online.
Yeah.
And when you could take it online, you'll print out your certificate after you finish like the little completion of the class online. I think it's like 4 hours.
Gotcha, okay.
After you finish that, you can take that to the courthouse, pay like a $50 to $60 fee, and then they'll send your concealed weapon permit in the mail. But now they stopped that because people was fraudulently doing it for other people. So now you have to. So now you have to go and take that class. It's always one bad apple, regardless. But you gotta, now that you have to do it that way, you have to now go to take that class yourself, and then they'll give you a piece of paper that says this person completed their firearms training or firearms safety, and then you take that to the courthouse and just pay the $50 to $60 and get your permit.
Nice.
I like it. Okay, let me give you something that I want to talk to you about. 4, 3, 2, yeah, go and chill, yeah. Man, y'all watching this video, man, you ain't subscribed yet? Man, you got about 5 more seconds to go and subscribe. I'm finna shuffle this person right here, man. Hey, subscribe to this channel, man. We got work to do. All right, let's get back to it.
Oh, here we go.
I ain't like that. Hey, come on, man.
Whenever you like that, it's like,
I give some hard, everybody asking hard questions. So
I'm with it, I'm down.
Since I know this is your profession, you love, I say love, but you like the field of guns and gun safety, and you feel like guns are needed. So when it comes to nowadays, that we're seeing people getting shot, and being killed, of course, by police, or black on black crime, or white on white crime, any type of crime that's done with a gun. Do you think that we should strengthen our laws on the type of people that are getting our guns, or just strengthen the laws on having guns, period? Meaning gun violence, gun control. Is it really the gun's fault, or is it the person's fault?
It's not the gun's fault, because guns don't kill people. People kill people.
That's how I feel too.
You can put a gun on the table all day long, it's not going to shoot anybody. So if you strengthen laws on people. But at the same time, the people that's out here, the people that's doing it,
committing the crime ain't the
it's
ones
not the ones that's doing it. So if you strengthen laws, the only person you hurt is the law-abiding citizens. That's the only people you hurt.
Exactly. That's the agenda. So why do you think that the media pushes so much on gun control, and they don't focus on the person rather than the gun?
Because every outlet. This probably should go to another topic. But every outlet has to have a bad guy. And it's never, when you see positive things happen in the world, they don't show that first. They have to show the bad things so they can keep people influenced a certain way.
Yeah.
So if I keep showing that it's black people killing black people and they're using guns to do it, then I'm gonna use that aspect of, okay, well, all black people are bad and they're the criminals out here in the world.
Yeah.
Regardless of how much positive you do in the world. You could have just helped the old lady across the street on the neck about pot. They don't care about that because that's nothing that they want people to see. They gotta embrace the fact of somebody doing negative so that they're not gonna always plagiarize that and put a spin on it. That's my propaganda. I can keep doing that. I can be biased to the fact that all black people are bad, but they're not. And that's the reason why they put that on there.
That's what he did. Yeah, I believe you 100%. That's gonna shout out to some people that think that the guns are problem. I never thought that
the gun itself is not the problem.
First, I had to shoot that joke. Somebody had to
load it.
They thought about it. They want the gun fault. So they put on the news about that.
I had the thought, like, increase the price of bullets. You won't waste. You ain't go like, look.
What company show was that? He said put a price on bullet. The bullet was like $5,000 each bullet. Nobody would be killed.
The bullets gonna go up.
Exactly.
It's just most of the laws, you know, like if you're a person that look at the legal side of things and of how the courts work, how the police work, how all this stuff work, it's mostly to affect the person, the law-abiding citizen that's carrying it out.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's to make it worse for me, you, any of us to go and get it and obtain it and believe in protecting ourselves. It's making it hard for us.
On that shop shouted.
But as far as the weapon safety go, if you go out and buy a weapon, the safety behind that is learning the weapon system. That's the main thing. You learn it. You teach yourself about it. You go to the range, you practice.
Yeah.
You know how to. If you got kids in your house, you put it in a safe. If you don't want to put it in a safe, because some people are like, oh well, somebody breaking my house, I can't get to it fast enough. I have to press a code on the safe. Put it somewhere high. Your child is only 1 foot tall. Put it up 8 feet. If you know you can get to it, they can't easily get to it.
Yeah.
But set it on a dresser or set it on a bed, that creates risk and harm done towards them or yourself. Because they don't know what they're doing. And they haven't been trained on it. That's another reason why if you go purchase a weapon, the first thing I tell people to do, even when I train people in my surroundings, like people in my circle, hey, let's go train with this weapon.
Yeah.
So that way you'll have sufficient amount of safety with it. You'll have a sufficient amount of knowledge behind it. You'll have a sufficient enough accuracy to know that when you fire this weapon, you know what's going on with this round behind you and behind that person. Because you could be defending yourself and you shoot the person in the wrong place, it goes through them and hits somebody else, then you're going to jail.
Yeah.
Even though you defended yourself, you're still going to jail because you shot somebody that was innocent, had nothing to do with it. So it's you want to learn these things. You want to, a lot of people look at the fact that I got a gun, that means that I'm hard, I'm powerful, I'm tough. But that gun, how many people can get their hands on a gun these days? A lot. That doesn't make you. What separates you from that next person is how much training you have, how much you know, how much awareness you have to any situation. And that helps you become better and more proficient than the next.
Yeah.
So training is a big part of the weapon safety.
I feel like, man, we're going to have to have a part 2 because I got good rolling in my head. But I want to get to the main part. We get so many people that shoot themselves, you know what I'm saying, shooting the wrong people and things like that.
Just showing off.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So what's some good safety tips, gun safety tips that like you give to the people that can like prevent people from shooting themselves or hitting the wrong people and all that. Yeah.
You say the safety classes.
Yeah, the classes. That's the main thing. Classes and familiarizing yourself with what you're carrying. Because the more you learn about it, the better and proficient you're gonna be with anything. Whether it's a weapon, where it's safety behind a car, anything. The more you learn it, the better you are.
Yeah.
And the classes help out a lot.
Got you.
But a lot of people don't want to take the classes. So if they don't want to take the classes, if you don't want to invest all this money into a class, go to the range.
Yeah.
Let somebody teach you there. But if you know somebody that's proficient with weapons, let them teach you.
Yeah.
Because most people that you go to the range, and they're gonna assume to teach you what they think they know. They get paid by the hour. But people that does it for a job, people that was in the military, people that did law enforcement, or people that did any kind of corrections that had to train with this thing for years and years, compared to somebody that just got paid by the hour to tell you what they think they know. It's gonna be more proficient.
Oh man. Yo, it was a video, I don't know if y'all seen it on Instagram or something. And dude was doing a safety drill about, inside the gun range. Inside the gun range. Like, yeah, you gotta make sure the safety's off and da-da-da. And while he was talking, the gun just went off and shot up in the ceiling. And then the dude was like froze up, and then like, did you mean to do that? He was like, yeah, I meant to do that.
No, you didn't.
Well, first thing with that, you never point the weapon at anything that you don't want to fire.
Yeah.
So you never point it at yourself, you never point it at your friends. In the military, we call that flag. So if you flag your buddy, one of the drill sergeants gonna punch you in the face or something. You've been on the floor. Yeah, because at that point, whether the gun's loaded or not loaded, the other person doesn't know that. The only person knows that's the person holding it. So you never point it at anything that you are not trying to fire this weapon at.
There you go.
So if you clean it, say you take it apart, you gotta clean it. The weapon safety behind that, take the magazine out, check the chamber, make sure it's not one in the chamber. Because you go to clean the barrel, you press the trigger, now you can shot your finger off. I mean, check the weapon first before you start using the weapon. But that's why you never hold it up. You never hold it up in the air. If you're gonna do it, most times, like even if I'm gonna clean it myself, I'm gonna take the magazine out, I'm gonna wrap the slide to make sure it's not around in the chamber, and then I'm gonna hold it somewhere like at a wall, something that's not penetrable, just that I know that somebody's not behind it, or hold it down to the floor, and which I can check it. But you never put your finger.
I've seen people do
that. The problem that a lot of people don't know is when you hold the weapon, say this is the weapon, this is the slide, this is where the trigger is at. You put your finger on the side. Don't put your finger in the trigger guard. Because you put it in the trigger guard, you looking at something, you turn it around, or you looking by mistake, you press it, and you flex your finger. Once that knuckle touch the trigger, it's going off. If you would have checked the magazine, took the magazine out first and checked the slide, you'd see nothing's in it. Now you can't fire. But that's part of the safety. People don't check to say, they don't check to see if the action is open. They don't let themselves learn it before using it. They just go out, get it, and just use it.
Look cool. It's a cool thing.
A lot of people got it don't even know how to use it. So you won't, they don't know where the safety is or something. So it's not even.
But that's why I tell people that them classes, when you go to a class or you go to the range, even if you don't pay for a class, you go to the range to shoot, they'll automatically, you can show them what kind of weapon you have and ask them questions. They'll tell you all about it. Some of them will show you how to break it down and take it apart. So once you learn all that, you learn so much about the safety of it, you won't have those accidental mistakes. You won't shoot yourself. You won't shoot it in the ceiling and then go hit somebody else. You won't do that because you had that proper, sufficient training to know what to do and what not to do.
That's one of the first things I learned. One of my nephew's father, he was one of the other guys who I felt comfortable around. It's pivotal because it's not my own. It's my nephew's father. So it's my sister's baby daddy.
He ain't about marriage.
Oh my man, I thought I was saying I didn't say
But he was one of the other guys that I felt comfortable around with the firearm. And he was a hood guy. He is a hood guy. So I seen him with it. He was in the room chilling on the bed, and he had it beside him on the bed. You know what I mean? So I walked in, I was like, can I hold it? I'm young, I'm like, what, 15? I'm like, can I, you know what I'm saying? Right? Try it out. He was like, yeah, go ahead. And that was one of the first things he told me. He was like, same thing, he said, never pointed at nobody without intending to actually shoot, and never put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to fire.
Yep, that's the truth.
That's the only thing somebody told me. Like when I first, I got to play with the gun. Get my words right.
Yeah,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? They said, yo, don't put your finger on the trigger though. You know what I'm saying? And the surprising part for people that haven't held a gun before, that shit kind of heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a little, cause I think I had a,
Yeah, they got weight to it.
I forgot what the first one I had. I did that thing, I'm like, whoa, what is this, man? You know what I'm saying? So you got, it's some strength, and that's why it's great, like you said, to talk about going to the range, because your first time shooting, you know what I'm saying? Be kind of wild on it.
Used to it.
Yeah. But that's why when you pass, like even if you go to the range, one of their ideal of weapon safety is the same as everything I just said. When I pass you a weapon, you don't know if it's loaded or not. So they're gonna take the magazine out and check the chamber before they even pass it to you. And that's what everybody should do. So that then you don't have those accidental mistakes.
Yeah.
If I pass it to you empty, and I knew it was empty, once you see it, you can also check it. You can already see the magazine's not in there, but once you check it, you can see it's in. So that gives you that reassurance.
Yeah.
That you're not gonna hurt yourself or anybody else.
I like
Yeah. Dude, your first time shooting a gun, be around trained professionals.
Yeah, man.
My
Get with this guy.
It ain't gotta just be me, but it's gotta be somebody that knows about weapons because that's how you remain safe with weapons, and that's how you also get around those accidental discharges and hurt yourself.
Man.
That's the worst thing you can do is hurt yourself.
Yes. What are
That's
you?
the worst thing you can do.
Hey,
That's
yo.
embarrassing.
Come on, Lil Wayne. I got shot at shot himself.
Oh, embarrassing.
That's the worst thing to do is hurt yourself with something you're supposed to use to defend yourself.
FMF Mob, what's good, y'all? Hey, they've been subscribing to us.
subscribing.
Yo, we got a video with almost 10,000 views, man. Yo, but we ain't got that much subscribers. Y'all gotta make sure y'all subscribe to us, hit the comments, likes, all that stuff, man. Why are we afraid of the guns? You should be afraid of the people.
Yeah, you know, because at some point you want to defend yourself, and like you said, as men, we want to be protected. If you with your lady and you out somewhere, or you with your kids and you out somewhere, you want to be able to protect them. So just the fact of you caring for their protection and for your own is something that you should do if you have that right.
Yeah.
So that way then you know that they're safe, because you don't know what the world's gonna throw at you. Every day is not promised. So every single day, anything can happen. You want to make sure that they make it back home and you make it back home.
Absolutely.
And that's the reason why.
It's the same frame. You know, honestly, I was never, and I'm still trying to get better with it, but I've never been really a gun guy. I never really been, I like them, I look at them, they look cool, but I never had the instance of me getting one because, maybe because I'm old school, I want to throw these.
Right. Yeah.
I'm old, I want to that. You never know.
It's that
I'm ready to go like this.
They going like this.
Right.
Damn, he going
I
know, yeah.
I'm talking about the fact of you throwing these.
Yeah.
But the only problem with throwing these, with the way that society looks at it, once you throw these, if you win that fight, this person might come back with a gun.
Exactly, yep.
And then round two, you don't need to throw these because he's gonna be throwing something else.
That's a weak man.
Very true.
That's a weak man. Don't be that man that want to go get a gun because you lost, because your ego hurt.
Yeah.
But that's what they do. It's their pride. They can't put the pride to the
They can't
side.
put the pride to the side.
They can't put the pride. A lot of things that we do in society, as far as the weapon go, is portrayed because of the stuff that we listen to, stuff that we see, places we go, people we see.
Yeah.
So that's what makes them feel like, that's what makes a lot of people feel like, hey.
Right,
I mean, I was that guy at one time. When I was the best dude in America.
He grown up.
But like me growing up, I didn't know all the stuff about weapon safety. I didn't know all that until I had the training, until I had the proficiency of going to the range and practice, until I had me being in the military, me working different security companies. That's when I learned so much knowledge.
Yeah.
And I use that knowledge to help better people around me and get them aware of what's going on. But I was one of them people, I used to shoot in the air and do retarded things. But as I got older, I've got a better mind state on the things that the choices I make and the things that I do with these weapons.
There you go.
And that's what made me look at it differently.
There you go.
But everybody don't grow up with having that self-awareness of this weapon system because it's something new to you.
Yeah.
But that's why you go and get that information. You go get that knowledge. Makes you better. It makes you look at things different.
Yeah.
Thirst for knowledge, man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Alright, so not to scare you away from gun safety, but I've also done security. but I did unarmed security. What are some of the things, because I know when I went through the training for security, they told me whatever you learn here, it's a gift and a curse because you're never gonna forget it, you're never gonna scare you away from it. What are some of the things that you learned as a security officer that you now put into your daily practice?
Knowing my surroundings on anywhere I go. Boom. When anywhere, like even being in here, I gotta know that I look at the layout of the building when I walk in, so I'll know the entrances, the exits, stuff like that. Stuff that just keeps you aware of your surroundings. The people you see, the things that's going on.
Yeah.
You see multiple computers. I see people sitting down, but then I see that open areas where people be sitting. It's not like it doesn't have like a cut route. Somebody could be hiding behind a corner. I don't sit when I go out in public. I don't sit where my back is like towards anything that,
he said
that I can't see through.
Yeah.
At the same time, if I'm sitting to a wall and if I'm sitting at a wall, I feel safer because I can see everything in front of me and I know can't nobody come behind me.
Yeah.
But if I'm sitting at the door, if this person comes in with something, I can't really defend myself. I'm getting up. This person's already up and out.
Yeah.
So this person already has a weapon out. He comes in the door and I'm sitting at the back of the door. I gotta get up, turn around. He's already shot me.
Yeah.
Because now he's looking at me as a threat. But if I can see him when he come in, I can already see what's going on. I can already have a plan of action
in front of you.
Yeah, I got a better opportunity than the next person that's not looking for that witness.
Did you get that from you doing the career now, or you got that from the Army?
From the Army.
But
But I've always incorporated that in every security company that I've worked for. And even if I'm doing armed or unarmed security I don't carry a weapon. But most unarmed security has like OC spray or baton.
Yeah.
If I'm behind if this person's coming in the door, this person's coming in the door and I got a baton in my hand, when he walks behind it, he can't see beyond that door until he opens it. If I got the baton, I hit him in the shin, he's going down.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody hit you. So that's what I'm saying. That's why you gotta know your entrances and exits and know your surroundings, so that way then you can have a better plan of action when it comes down to you having to use any type of force.
And that happens instantly. Once you get a grasp on that, it happens instantly.
Because everywhere, once you get a grasp of being so aware and so like your mind is always observative of what's going on around you, you already have a plan before you even think of that plan.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind is going to put it in play. Okay, go right there, exit. This person's right there. Oh, you're just looking around, you're watching every single thing.
Yeah.
And that helps keep you informed.
I'm looking at the type of people, I'm looking at the type of situation, like what type of event this is, what type of crowd it might hold. I'm looking for fire extinguishers. I look at all that stuff now.
And that helps in society because a lot of people don't pay attention to the surroundings. If you walk around downtown, the first thing you see is everybody's like this.
Yeah.
You ain't looking at nothing around him, you just looking at the phone.
Don't even realize a car coming.
So that's the thing. We need that awareness. But as a people, as black people, one thing that we need to do more than all is to work together.
Absolutely.
A lot of people can't work together. You can't outshine the next person. I can't make more money than the next person. You know how much money we can make together? Exactly. We can collab together and make a lot more than we can make individually.
Come on, community.
But that's why if we work together as a community, that's going to help better us as a people.
Come on.
And that's what I try to strive for, helping out the next.
He dropped some gems, man. And I'm going to talk a little bit in the fact of what I do as far as being like a financial coach. I go to people's homes. So one of the big things is for me, I almost always get there 30 minutes to like an hour early.
Yeah.
I kind of learned that from The Wire, actually. You know what I'm saying?
But at least you learn.
You know what I'm saying?
But it all trickles down to you learning.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And on The Wire, what's my man's name? I forgot the character's name, but he used to get there. They were like, yo, why do we get to a job so early? He's like, so we can see if they setting up on us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so for one of the things with me, and just coming from where I came from and been through certain situations, I know like anything possible. One of the things I always do is I try to get to an appointment anytime, 30 minutes to an hour early, and figure out the surroundings of the neighborhood, how to get out the neighborhood, the dead ends, all of that stuff. Try to figure all of that stuff out, and then I try to sit and wait for a little bit and just see what's the activity going on inside the house. People coming in and out.
That's like you said, even you're doing it as a financial coach,
that
lets you know what type of situation that you could physically be in yourself by the surroundings of what's going on out there.
Exactly, man. So seeing all of that type of stuff, man, and then just getting you and validation from him being in security, and with Trey, because Trey talk about it all the time too.
Yeah.
Those are things that, like, for people that do have to go to people's homes to work and things
like
that, you gotta be extra cautious about what you walking into. You never know. You never know. And once you get in that house, because you can't see the inside of the house, you just going straight off of what you see right then and there, and they know the house.
That person knows.
You know what I'm saying? So it's about seeing what's the outside. Like, I'm looking, I see a bunch of lights cutting on and off and all of that type of stuff. So just being very aware. So when you brought that up, and Trey bringing that up as well, it's just, I wanted to say that for the people that do got to go to people's homes and things like that. You use these same tactics that they're talking about. You just apply it to the streets. Know that way around the neighborhood.
Weapon safety alone, like even with our title of this video, weapon safety doesn't have to just be based off a weapon. It don't have to be always based off a gun. It can be a knife. It can be different things. But it can just be the safety of you as a person. Because of the fact that if you use these aspects of what we're saying now, as far as knowing your surroundings and looking at all the different outcomes of what could play out around you, you can use that same knowledge on a weapon, and that'll make you want to learn it to the fact that every day you're aware, you're self-conscious of your surroundings.
I like
that. That's dope, man.
Finishing questions for this young gentleman. Thanks again for coming, man.
We're going to part 2 on this one.
We definitely going to do it.
I like it.
We'll do it outside, so you can probably give us a demonstration of that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can go to the range. We'll have to see.
You never know. You see me somewhere different every single. You never know what's going to happen. You really don't. You really don't. What can you tell, before we leave, I want to ask one question. What can you tell the young gentleman that probably look like us that likes guns, but he's trying to do it the wrong, I won't say the wrong way because he doesn't know. What do you think is his first step if he's like researching on Google or anything like that? What do you think is his first step that he should do?
First step is the age. Make sure that you're old enough to do what you're trying to do. If you're 18, 21, make sure don't throw your life away early. It's not worth it.
That's crazy.
It's not it's no reason to be 16 or 15 or 14 to want to say, oh, I need to get me a gun to protect myself. If you need to get a gun that bad to protect yourself, you need to let somebody know what the hell is going on around you. So we can help you.
Parents, you got to take care of your responsibilities.
There's no way. You throw your life away early, and then the things that you want in life you can't get. Or you can't legally obtain, in which you got to always watch your back and look over your shoulder. Like, don't throw your life away early just to get something that you're already going to be eligible to get once you get to a certain age.
It's almost like what minimal, everybody knows. But I think one of my homeboys in high school, I think he did 5 years for his legal gun.
That's what I'm saying. But every single time that he has a gun in his possession, it's illegal every time, no matter what, because he can't legally have that. And he throw his life. Don't throw your life away when you got your uneligible rights that's coming to you anyway. Like your right to vote. Don't lose your right to vote because you have that coming to you. It's just based off of age. It's almost like getting a trust fund. Don't mess your life up. When you got a trust fund account, you want to be out stealing and taking money when you got money already sitting there. You're a waste money.
It goes to the parents at that time. You see, he said it goes to some of the parents. It does. It goes to parents, and it goes to like your influences. It goes to your environment. All of those things change your perception of how you see your own life. And that's with a lot of things, not just weapons. Like I said, that a lot of the stuff, the information and knowledge that you have as a person, you can use day to day and be successful or be unsuccessful based off the knowledge that you have.
Man, that's a good way to wrap it up, man. We're gonna do a part 2, man. We're gonna get it back on here. We're gonna chop it up with him.
I like his mind. We need some. I need your views on other topics. I like that.
Always
I love it. Oh yeah. You gotta plug. You talk about you have your own channel. You have your channel.
So
we gotta plug it
my channel on YouTube is called Alex Up Next, and it's basically saying like I'm up next trying something new every day. And I mostly try to review cars on that one, just because the web platform is so misconstrued and it's hard to get onto that topic because people are critics everywhere. I'm down to tell people about it. I do have videos showing weapons on there and weapon safety, the things to do and not do. So I do have that on there. But it's Alex Up Next, and that's the same as my Instagram is the same. And I try and post stuff on there as far as like car reviews. If somebody asks me a question, I'll give them the best knowledge I have on that topic without giving you the bias and the assumptions. I'm gonna give you the truth of what I know and what I've experienced.
We will have everything down in the description area too.
Hit them up, man. You got to subscribe to this channel, like all of them.
And definitely subscribe to their channel because they're doing positive things. And we need more positive. Definitely subscribe to their channel.
Appreciate it.
Man.
All right, man. Well, that's a wrap for it, man. FMF podcast, man. We out. Y'all take care. Peace.
Yep.